Have you ever started packing for a trip or gig and thought,
I have way too much gear.
we've all been there, and sometimes it just can't be helped. Sometimes we need a lot of gear to get the job done. But how to carry it all?
And that's why I was so happy to get this package from Manfrotto.
The Manfrotto Pro Light Reloader Switch 55.
This video is not sponsored by Manfrotto.
I recently took the family on a road trip from Southern California all the way up to Oregon. It's a pretty long drive with a bunch of incredible stuff to see along the way, and I wanted to capture it all. But that meant that I also needed to bring a ton of gear.
I had never really considered a roller bag before because, to be honest, they look a little dorky. But for this trip, I knew that we were going to be checking into and out of a bunch of hotels and venues, and I didn't want to bring a bunch of camera backpacks because that just seemed like a total nightmare. The roller bag started to make a lot more sense. I've been testing this bag for about a month now, and that includes the road trip, and I really put the bag through its paces. It was drugged through dirt, rocks, mud, sand, all kinds of things, and it still pretty much looks brand new. The material that they use on the outside of this bag is what they call Pro-Lite Ripstop fabric. It's super durable and it's water repellent. Now, even though the Pro-Lite Ripstop fabric is water repellent, Manfrotto did include a rain cover just in case you get stuck in some super heavy rain. Now, while this bag is super durable, Manfrotto does recognize the fact that the wheels are going to take a beating, and at some point in the future, they may get damaged. So, Manfrotto has made these wheels such that you can replace them. You can actually buy replacement wheels on their website, which I thought was really cool because not all manufacturers have replaceable wheels. As you would expect with any roller bag, this bag includes a telescoping handle. While we're on the back of the bag, notice that there's also a little pouch here for putting an identification card. If a good citizen happens to find your lost bag, they can return it to you. Coming around to the front of the bag, we have the main zipper compartment right here, and this compartment can hold up to a 17-inch laptop. It can hold a tablet, and there's a small zipper pouch up here for holding small accessories or a passport, whatever you want. Down lower, there's another front zippered pouch right here. Can't see it. You can put more accessories in here, but this pocket also has a little secret, which we'll get into later. Coming around to the side of the bag, you'll see that there's a tripod holder here, which worked really well. The only thing or small complaint I have is that if the tripod got bumped in either way, these straps would tend to loosen up a tiny bit when they get bumped, but it's not a deal breaker. All right, before we get into the main compartment of the bag, I want to show you guys the lock mechanism that they have here. This is a combination TSA approved lock, and it locks the main compartment zippers like so. You push them in, and then when you want to release the lock, you push this button in and everything pops open. Very satisfying pop. Everything kind of just explodes. One thing to note here, they did give this a lot of thought, and if you want to lock these zipper compartments on the front, you can loop the zippers through these red zipper pulls like this. Like that, and now you can't open the zipper compartments. I know it's not super secure, but I think it's enough to keep honest people honest. All right, let's get into what you guys really care about, the inside of the main compartment. So just unzip these guys. And the first thing you'll notice are these cool removable straps right here that keep the top lid from just flapping all the way open. Now, that's cool for two reasons. One, if you're out on location and you're working in a really dirty area, it'll keep the top of your bag from getting super dirty. And two, if you're working up in these zippered pouches and you leave them open, it keeps everything from sliding out of those pouches if this top lid were to just flop all the way open. So I really appreciate that they included these straps. Like I said before, if you don't like them, they are removable. While we're talking about the zippered pockets up here, there are 3 of them and they're really good size. This top one has a split in between. They're compartmentalized and they are transparent so you can see what's in those. Now coming to the inside of the bag. Now when I say the bottom of the bag, I'm talking about this surface down in here that all the gear is gonna sit on. So the bottom of the bag is a molded EVA foam. Now when I first got the bag, I thought it was a little strange that the bottom was not completely flat. But after using the bag more, I realized that they molded this out of EVA foam to get you as much space, as much volume as possible, which actually I really appreciate, because sometimes I did use that extra height that we get from having the molded tray down there, as opposed to a really flat padded bottom. I love how customizable this bag is. It comes with 14 dividers. 12 of them are these standard flat dividers, and 2 of them are about the same size, but they have a little foldable section there for customization. Now, and on top of that, there are also these 2 CPS dividers right here that Manfrotto calls them, and CPS stands for Camera Protection System. I don't think I've ever seen another bag that comes with more dividers than this, and I love it because it's just makes it ultimate customization in there, which I think all of us really appreciate. Another thing too, I don't think I've ever felt such squishy dividers. It's so nice. It's super high quality. I love the way that these things feel. So as you can imagine, with pretty much a blank canvas like this, it's just one huge opening and all these dividers, there are a million different ways that you can configure gear to fit in this thing. So what I'll do is I'll just run through a few typical scenarios that I would do, and just to give you an idea of how much stuff actually fits in here. So as you can see, this bag holds a ton of gear. And what makes that even more impressive to me is that the external dimensions of this bag qualify for international carry-on luggage size. One thing I do want to say about that is that those rules are always changing. So before you go out and buy this bag for your international travel, please make sure you check with your airline's restrictions first, just to make sure that this actually qualifies. All right, there's one more thing that I want to show you guys. This bag has a little secret. That's right, this bag has a backpack mode. Now, I know when I was wearing it, it doesn't look like the coolest thing in the world, but I did find it extremely useful, especially for those times when I had to walk up a bunch of stairs, or when I was trying to take this bag over some sandy beaches or rocky areas, somewhere where small wheels just don't perform really well. You don't have to worry about bringing these straps with you and remembering to do that because they're built into the bag, and when you're not using them, they stow away in this front zippered pouch area, which is extremely nice. So how cool is it that this bag is essentially a transformer, hence the name Reloader Switch. This thing can switch to a backpack. So awesome. For those times when I need to carry a lot of gear, I'm completely sold on the idea of using a roller bag. And this one from Manfrotto, it's the best one I've ever seen. It is pricey, coming in at $415 US, but after experiencing the quality and the versatility that this bag has to offer, I think it's completely worth it.
So yeah, sometimes we do have too much gear.
And that's okay.